Hello guys, Happy New Year. This is the first pod of the new year. I hope all you guys enjoyed your holidays, your Christmases, all that stuff. Mine was pretty good. Tried to relax as much as I could without, getting too overwhelmed by family. I think Charmander is going to be a regular in the podcast now because I can't find a way to frame this any other way. I'll probably get a stand and properly record one day. But for now, I'm too lazy and broke, so unless you guys start paying me, it's going to be like this. So you got to deal with Charmander over here. But I'm sure you guys don't mind because he's adorable. One of the best Pokemon, my OG. But yeah, my holidays were good. Tried to relax, saw family, all that stuff. All that good stuff. And New Year's was good. Not too crazy. We had some good ways to start off the new year, obviously, if you guys have seen the news. But, just got to keep moving on, I guess, through life. We're used to news like that every single day, right? So, yeah. But today I wanted to talk about the last year, 2024 in general. And yeah, just reminisce about what happened, what I did, and if you guys want to share with you guys how your guys' year was in the comments, that would be great. And if not, that's fine too. If anyone even comments. But yeah, for me overall, I would say it was a pretty good year. I'd say maybe, I'd say a top 10 year, which is pretty good, I think, for my age. For me, the year was very up and down, very chaotic, but a lot of firsts this year. Obviously, I recorded and started a podcast, which is really exciting. Eventually, finally, I've always wanted to do something creative. I don't really count this. This isn't as creative as I want it to be. I want to do more stuff on YouTube, actually. I would like to make actual videos. I really want to do some sort of commentary. Even though commentary is so oversaturated on YouTube nowadays. But I don't know, I've just been really inspired by some of the creators I watch. I want to make a podcast about that too one day, other people I watch and stuff like that. But I really want to do commentary type videos on video games, movies, music, a lot of stuff. So that maybe that's a this year goal because I have a few scripts and stuff I've been working on. I have a finished script and I've actually recorded a video, but yeah, I need to actually record gameplay and edit it, and editing I'm so bad at, as you guys have seen. My last podcast was the first one I ever actually even edited, and yeah, it was not edited very well, and it was barely edited. So to edit a full video is something that I do not feel prepared for. But yeah, that's something I really hope to do this year. But I'm happy that I was able to start this podcast and get some people watching, I guess, even though they've only watched the first 3 seconds according to the analytics. But that's fine, even if no one ever watches this, it's satisfying to me to create something. So yeah, if you are watching this, thank you for taking part in this, and I appreciate it. But other than that, like I said, I want to do more creative things. And one of those things I really, really dove into this year was writing, actually. I started writing a bunch of stuff. The way my brain works, it's always active, it never stops. I have ADHD, so my brain is just constantly going and going and going with different ideas, depending on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling really good, the ideas do not stop, and they're all super creative things that I really want to pursue. And if I'm not feeling great, it's also super creative, but it might be more depressing or tragic. But it's still ideas, writing creative things, and it's a good outlet for your energy. So this year I just decided to start writing it down, and I made a million notes on my phone about different things and different projects and all that stuff, and eventually it all culminated in me actually beginning to write some stuff. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been so fun. It's been such a good outlet for me, just to write. I've almost completed one short story, which is really exciting. I'm actually going to submit that to a competition, which I'm super excited for. And yeah, it's a small short story, and then I'm writing a few full-length books. I've got 20,000 words done for one of them, and a bunch of other brainstorms for a million other things. And again, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm just proud of myself for doing it, even if it's just for me, that's fine. I think when it comes to creative things, that's the best thing you can do with them, right? Just focus on it entirely for you and your passion, and you're doing it for that reason, right? If you're pursuing these things for money and monetary gain or fame or all that stuff, it might work, but I feel like the chances of it working are much less likely than if you're truly passionate about it, because like you'll never give up on it, right? You know, if I was making this podcast just to be famous, I would have given up after the first episode because it has like 20 views, right? Because that's not a realistic thing to do. No, I'm making it because I want to speak my mind and just talk and chill and share it. And if someone gets some enjoyment out of that, that's just a bonus, right? But if you're pursuing it purely for monetary or fame or any of gain or anything like that, then you're not going to succeed. So even if I never publish a book or anything like that, I don't care. I'm happy to write. But if I do, that'd be sick too. Oh my God. That would be really badass if I could actually publish a book. I hope I can. If I win my plan is like, if I actually submit this short story and it actually does well or maybe wins the event, then I might actually like go hard into that. But right now it's hard to write because, you know, I work a long hours and a lot of hours. So I actually have to write at work most of the time because I'm too burnt out at night when I come home. So, you know, actually speaking of night, like it's actually a little bit brighter when I'm recording now. We're getting there. The darkness is going away a little bit, which is really nice. But yeah, I'm so tired when I go home, and most of the times, like my best ideas are right in the morning, like after the gym, which is another thing I did this year, which I'm proud of myself for. But yeah, like after the gym, after a really good workout, my brain just doesn't stop. I listen to music on my way home, on my way to work, from the gym, and I just get my best ideas and I try to write them down, or I record voice notes or something about them, just to keep the fire going, you know. So 6:40. Yeah, but just like to keep the thoughts in my brain, I have to write them down or record voice notes or anything like that to keep the flow going, or otherwise like it goes away from my brain. My brain moves so fast that it just will be deleted from it if I don't write it down. So I'm glad that I started doing that. And like I said, the gym is another thing I'm really proud of myself for doing this year. I've worked out like honestly a lot of my life, which I didn't really think of until now, but I've been working out since about grade 10, which is when I was about 16, so for about 10 years. And yeah, I took like a weight training class, which was hard for me because I'd never really done fitness, but it was really fun, and like it gave me a goal for the first time in my life, really. You know, I had a goal because I was a big kid. I was a big kid back in the day. I think I was like almost 300 pounds when I was 14, and even though I'm tall, like it's too heavy for your body, right? So I had a goal to do one single dip. If you guys don't know what a dip is, basically you hold on to two bars, you're standing, and you basically pull your feet out from under you, and you're holding on, and you have to dip down and back up again. And so like a pull-up, for someone who's heavier, it's very difficult, right? Because you're going down, and all that body weight is working against gravity. It's really hard to get down and back up. So that was my goal, and over a semester I was able to achieve it. And that was like my first real introduction to working out. Even though I played football, I never even worked out. I feel like I would have been a monster at football if I had worked out, but you can't regret the past, I guess, right? But and that instilled a real goal in me, and made me realize that working out was fun, and if not hard, right? It's still really hard, and I was really lazy with it from then on. I got a gym membership, but I never used it. But so over the years, a little bit, I worked out, and then in college, I really went heavy into working out. Actually, I went to college to be a cop, and I decided I didn't want to do it. But the best thing I gained from that was a lot of fitness knowledge and working out and getting relatively fit. Not as fit as I am now, but I got pretty fit, like especially with cardio, I got pretty fit, and I'm proud of myself for that. And then I kind of stopped after college for a bit, and then this year, like, I really just got into it. I made a program, used all the knowledge I had, and I've been pretty consistent. Like, I'd say if 52 weeks out of the year I was supposed to go 5 days a week, I would say like at least half of those weeks I was going every day, like that I was supposed to, which honestly for me is a big achievement. So I'm really proud of myself for that, and I'm seeing real results. Another thing that I'm really excited to do, I guess I'll talk about it actually later for next year. But yeah, working out was a really big part of this year. This year I got back into gaming a lot, which has been really, really fun and really just such a joy. I was really lucky to be able to quit my part-time job midway through the year, around summertime. And so I've had a lot more time, like back before I was working about 65 hours a week, and without the part-time job, it's only 50. So I had 15 hours more a week to dedicate to other things. And one of those things has been gaming. Even 1 or 2 hours, like, it just makes you appreciate it so much more when you have no time. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was in college, and before, my whole life, I was a huge, I played so many video games. It was really all I did. My only real passion that I pursued. Like, I had other little things, but gaming was the thing, and I spent so much time on it. And eventually, when you spend that much time doing something that you love, like it's almost like you hear about YouTubers, like gaming YouTubers and YouTubers who do what they love. Like, it becomes a job. And obviously I wasn't making any money from it, but it kind of was almost like a job, because you just I got on my computer and I would play a game for 20 minutes and I would get bored and I would shut it off and I would find a new one, play it for 20, and it was just a cycle, right? And so eventually I just stopped because adult life came into play and I didn't have much time to play. But like the little snippets I had were just like the best hour of my life. And now like I get to play 2 or 3 hours a week, and I have so much fun. It's so special to me. And when I get to play even more, it's so much fun. So that's been a really special re-addition. I started playing League of Legends, which was a horrible mistake for my mental health, but it's still fun to be competitive in something and stuff like that. If you guys don't know what League is, it's a MOBA game. I'm sure people have watched Arcane. I'm sure they know what it is. Even though I still haven't watched Arcane, I need to. But yeah, it's been a fun experience to game again and play some of my old favorites again. And stuff like that. It's a really beautiful experience. I mean, that's why also I want to make YouTube videos, because the experiences I had while playing these games, I just want to share them. Even if nobody watches them, just to put it out there is such a special feeling. Like, creating something it really is an awesome thing that we're able to do now, even more than ever. Like, I talk shit about the internet and social media and all that stuff on my other podcasts, but I don't know, man, just being able to share things, like, even if one person watches it that's huge, man. That's crazy that someone would actually watch something you do. Like, I feel like before no one was able to do that. There was no outlet for creativity. And now I feel like there's a massive one, and people are getting rewarded for their creativity. Granted, like a very small percentage of all the people creating are getting rewarded, but at least they are. I think it's really awesome that that's a possibility now, and I hope I can tap into that. I think that would be really, really badass if I could do that. But yeah, other than that, this year I'm trying to think of what else like I did this year for me personally. I don't know, it's been a big year for growth for me, and I'm proud of myself, and I hope next year is even better for my growth, honestly, and I think I can do that. And honestly, you guys will be along for the ride. Like, I'm really committed to this podcast. Like, most of the time so far, I think I have 3 out right now. This is the 4th one, so 1 month of consistency. But I want to stay consistent really badly. I think that would be really nice to stay super consistent. But yeah, like, even now, like, normally I record these relatively in advance. Like, if I release them Monday at 7 a.m., the week before I'll usually record it on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Which I didn't take into account when I'm uploading, because I think the second one I say it's almost Christmas, or no, the third one I say it's almost Christmas, and it's been Christmas when I uploaded that last week, so that's funny. But yeah, even now I didn't have time to record this week because of New Year's and everything, and I missed the day of work because I was sick, so I'm recording this on Friday night, like it's my last night, and I'm tired and I kind of don't want to, but I just feel passionate to talk about just random shit, so I think that's a good sign. So I hope I'll be consistent, and if people watch these and enjoy them, that would be great. But for me, I'm just happy to do it. So yeah, that's really exciting for me this year. I'm really, really proud of myself for going through with this. Actually, it's funny. Sorry. I've made this channel before, and it exists still, and there's one episode I uploaded, but I lost the password to that YouTube account, so I can never access that one again. So I've tried this before and I couldn't go through with it, but now I'm really proud of myself for going through with it. So that's a win for this year. Writing, working out, podcasting is big. And my goals for next year, I have a lot of things I want to do, a million things I want to do, like everyone, obviously. But man, there's so many things. But if I can narrow it down to like a handful or a couple handfuls maybe, I really want to be consistent with the podcast. I don't want to miss a podcast upload this year. I want to upload the whole year and see where it goes. Let's say my goal for the podcast channel for the end of the year, let's say 100 subscribers. I think that's relatively realistic. You know, that's less than 1 subscriber per day. That's 0.3 subscribers per day at least. I think it's like it's a different number than that, but I can't do math. I think that'd be a cool goal to have 100 subscribers to the podcast. That'd be badass if I could achieve that by the end of this year. I want to upload at least one YouTube video. I'm gonna start simple for this year for YouTube, because it's been a process that I've been working hard on, and it's tough. You know, it's tough to do. So I'm gonna say if I can upload one video that I'm proud of this year, that's a win. For fitness, I really want to. So the thing I was to say earlier that I'm gonna wait to talk about. I am gonna do a fitness challenge this year. So I was really consistent last year, and something I'm also passionate about is boxing. I'm very passionate about boxing. I've discovered it really a couple of years ago and really realized how much I love it. And I want to try boxing really bad. And it's a huge. I feel like boxing has been reinvigorated. Wow. I'm keeping that in, I don't care. I feel like boxing has been reinvigorated by social media and all these influencer boxing events and all that stuff. And say what you will about them, but it really has revitalized the sport in the sense of a public perception. I feel like a lot of people have not paid attention for boxing for a long time unless they were hardcore fans. But I feel like a common person now knows more about boxing than they have. You know, it's not to the same level as like the golden age of boxing was, but you know, it's getting there. So I feel like it'd be a fun thing to just try. Like, why the fuck not, man? I'm gonna get punched in the face, who cares? But I'm really passionate about boxing, and I've been trying to get into enough shape to actually try to get into it, but I don't feel comfortable in the current shape I'm in. I feel like I would get hurt. So something I really want to do, and I'm going to do, is one of my favorite YouTube channels is doing a fitness challenge, and I'm only doing it because I trust them. But basically, it's a $100,000 prize pool. You have 100 days to transform your physique, and it doesn't necessarily have to be physical, like a visual look. It can be a lot of different things, right? So my goal for the 100-day challenge, I'm going to enter it, and my goal is to be boxing ready after the 100 days. So I entered that, or I'm going to enter that. I'm starting on Monday. That's the start of my 100 days. I'm going to go off and work out and eat properly, and fully commit to this and see where it leads me. You know, if I win, because so the main prize is 50 grand, and then everyone else can win 500. So any amount of money would help. If I win the 50 grand, I'm going to take some time off work and just go hard into boxing. Actually try to do it. That'd be so sick. That's a dream, obviously, but you never know, right? And then if I win 500, I'll just have $500, right? But that'd be a really cool thing to do. So I'm doing that. That's really exciting for next year. I have podcast, YouTube, fitness. I guess like boxing is part of that too. I have like a couple. There's someone I know at work actually who's done boxing events, like amateur ones and stuff like that. But I want to try to enter one this year. If I get fit enough and I feel comfortable and safe enough doing it, and I feel like I have the talent-ish to do it, I want to enter a boxing event. Even if I get shit on, I just want to try it once, you know? So I'm going to do that. For fitness, for my book, obviously I'm already doing the short story competition, so that doesn't count. I think I want to complete one of the books I have. You know, a standard novel, a standard fiction novel, I think is 70 to 160,000 words. So I have approximately 20,000 words done of my novel that I'm working on this whole year, mostly. So I think I can get to 70,000 by the end of the year. I mean, I started really going ham on that one in, I'm sorry for the sounds, I didn't realize. I really only started going ham on that in probably like June. So that's like a few months, you know, that's like 6 months, I think. I don't know, I can't think right now. But yeah, I think I can finish it by the end of the year. So that's a goal. I'm gonna get to at least 70,000 words, maybe finish that book and see what I can do with it by the end of the year. I also want to survive this year. That'd be nice, you know, with the way the state of the world is right now. I would like to survive this year. That'd be kind of sick to live. But I guess that's out of my control. But, you know, maybe if I'm in a crazy situation, I can live. You know, that'd be kind of nice to live. So that's a big goal for me, to survive this year. Yeah. I don't know. There's a few more for sure I have.